My name is Harmonious Chaos. You probably know me from doing modeling on IMVU. Today I want to do a brief tutorial on how to edit. Lately I have not been seeing very many good edits and it kind of hurts my eyes. So I want to take a few moments to teach you guys how to do it and how to do it right. I'm just going to be working with some generic images I have on my computer. There's nothing special about them. You can find them just about anywhere. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and use just a regular backdrop, and I'm using GIMP. So here you can see I have my layout, which is my background. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use a previously taken high-res, no background. If you don't know how to do this, do get in touch with your group leader or look up a video on YouTube. One of the most important things to keep in mind when you're editing is how big the size of your image is. You don't want your image becoming something that isn't the full effect of the picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to crop, and we're going to go ahead and save it at that. And we're going to wait for that to save, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go through filters. A lot of agencies these days encourage using drop shadows, so we're going to go to filters, light and shadow. We're going to do a drop shadow, and that menu will pop up, and then we're going to do, I usually just leave these at this, and then I just move it around. I usually put my blur radius at 20 and my opacity at like 40, because the lower the opacity is, the more realistic it looks. And then I just go ahead and hit enter, and I let it do its thing with the Gaussian blur and yada yada. Then I just kind of move my image around, and you can see that now there's a shadow right there, like around the kitty ears and stuff. This is pretty awesome, I think. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to crop it down just a little. That way we get the border that we're looking for. So you don't want to cut off your shadow, because you just work for it. You don't want to have to, mess it up. I'm going to click this moving button, and I'm just going to, and it's not going to let me. I go into Window. If it doesn't let me, I go into Windows, Recently Closed Docs, Layers, Channels, yada yada, and then I just merge with visible layers, and then you just merge it. That way it's no longer multiple layers, it's one singular layer. So after that's done, you just want to go ahead and use your select tool. Go ahead and select it. I'm going to check and see, which you're going to be able to see this as I'm doing it. See, this is too big for it, and resizing this, the background, is only going to really screw up your pixelation. You're just going to end up basically with a really screwed up image, and it'll look horrible. Trust me. So what you want to do is you want to go into Scale Image, which you should already be doing this if you're doing your modeling correctly. You should be resizing one side of it to 700. No one side, width or height, should be more than 700. I'm going to stress this because a lot of people go over the border, and it drives me crazy. As a judge and a group owner, it drives me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in there, and if it has like a different pattern in different places, and you want like this one, there's only like select places where you can see the little jaguar face, you can move it to wherever you want it. Just so you can see it and have a better idea of what you're looking at. Then what you want to do is go ahead and quit this. Go like this. Scale it. Do whatever you're gonna do. Drop it. And then you're just gonna do save as. Right, because you don't want to save over your original image. So I just go ahead and save it, and I export, and I make sure it's at the best quality that it can be. because what we're looking for here is a clear image. You don't see any pixelation here, and that is the goal. If you have pixelation, you're doing it wrong. So we're going to go into here. I usually use artistic. The rest of this is just subjective as to what you choose to do. I forgot to lock all that in. Anchor that in. The rest of this kind of stuff that you choose to do, the different filters and whatever, is really up to you. I mean, you can do apply canvas, which I don't usually do that. You can do, I usually do cartoon because it makes it more dramatic. I usually make the black as little as it can be, and I up the rest of it. Just because it gives it more depth. In this case, it kind of screwed with her eyes to where you can't see it, so I just go back in and I do it again, and I tweak with the levels until it's where I want it. So for this one, we're just going to go ahead and do it lighter. It'll still add that level of drama, but you'll be able to see her eyes, and that's also important when you're doing your edits. You want to be able to see all of the details. I'm going to keep stressing that probably throughout the rest of this edit, just because I don't want you guys, messing it up and not understanding some of the importance of some of these features. If you can't see the eyes, you're not doing it right. That's one of the most important things. So I'm just going to minimize all this. Another thing that I use is Pixel-O-Matic. I have it downloaded onto my computer just because it's a really fun tool. It's pretty awesome. I like the borders and stuff that they offer. You don't have to use this. There's PicMonkey, there's Ribbit, there's a bunch of free things that people use. I just happen to like to use this one because it offers a lot of different options at no cost. And of course, I'm actively on Skype and IMVU while this is going. This is one reason why when I'm doing edits it takes me so long. I have people messaging me throughout it. I actually really like this filter with it. It softens the background, but it doesn't mess with the detail in the face, which is what I'm really looking for, and that's always fun to doodle around in the liquid. Okay, so at this point, what you're going to do is you can go through these different ones. When you're doing a profile picture, all of these filters and features are really awesome. For doing a edit for a professional contest, not so much. The reason why is that it distorts the original image, and like I said, I was going to stress this, you don't want anything screwing with your face, otherwise you're not going to be able to get the score that you think you deserve, or that you actually do deserve. I'm just going to do a simple vignette on this one. And since it's kind of you got to pick your borders according to what it is that you like about your picture. So in this one, I'm using kind of a scrolly, this, that, or the other. But the problem with this is, it kind of cuts into her arm. So we're going to reconsider which filter we're using. We're going to look at a different filter. Let's try Wispy. Doesn't show up. You got to pay attention to these things, otherwise, you're not doing right. You've got this one. I don't like the skull popping up there. It distorts the ear. If the flower were down here, that would be great. It's not, so never mind. That one usually just distorts it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and probably I'm probably going to pick Drip on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. You notice that I am erasing over the ones that I have. This is just a test. I would not suggest doing it in normal circumstances. You want to be able to keep full track of your original image. That way, if you happen to screw it up at one step or another, you're not losing all of your work. Here's for the fun part. Yeah, I have a bunch of windows open. Yes, I listen to Lady Gaga. I'm sorry. It happens. I'm going to go to Ribbit. I do have a really funny sense of humor, so this Ribbit program really works for my personality because it says funny little things while it's loading. Typically, on average, if I'm doing a really in-depth edit, it'll take me about 3 hours. This is a quick, like, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? This is a quick, like, almost DP quality. So, DPs don't take me that long. However, you know, something like a competition edit, which I'll pick through some of those and I'll show you some of the ones that I have done using these techniques and more later on. Some of them I have taken me 3 to 3.5 hours. Yes, I have no life, but I want to win. So here you have in Ribbit, which in my description for this video I'll post the programs that I use. Please, for the love of God, do not copy my style or I will be severely pissed off. Please, don't do it. It's bad form. Find your own way of doing it. This is just an example to show you how to get a certain look and what to use, because everybody is doing a really crappy job at this right now. See, you have different lighting things here depending on how you tweak with it. You can make it more this, more that, you know, the usual. I don't want that one. I'd probably go with this one. I turned down the vignette because we've already got a vignette and we've got a frame, and we don't want the frame dinging with the, we don't want the vignette screwing with the frame, which, while it's subtle, it's there and the detail is there, and if somebody's looking, they'll notice it. And it kind of looks like spray paint. So I'm going to go ahead and do apply. I'm going to go over to text, and this is where you can add your, basically your personal watermark. Usually I put my name, but well, I'll probably just end up putting it on there. So these black fonts are fonts that you can use. The blue are fonts that you can't use. I'm just going to go ahead and use focus, and I'm just going to type my nickname, and I'm going to just put this here, and it's really huge. It detracts from the image. When you're doing a watermark, usually what I like to do is kind of make it a light color scheme of what's going on in the picture. So I'll do probably something like that. So like dark, you almost can't see it, but if you put it up here you can see it. So it depends on what the picture balance is as to where your watermark goes. Up here, this side of the picture is already really full. In fact, I cropped it a little close, but I'm lazy and I don't want to take another shot. I usually would suggest having the same amount of space, so about this much space and this much space, have it be even. That way you're not cutting it close, because part of the frame actually cut off the arm here. I don't care right now because I'm not competing. Otherwise, I'd be all over that. Like I said, we'll go through some of my edits and I'll discuss some of what I plan on doing in future tutorials. So right here, I placed my name. Usually what you can do, and what I actually like doing, is I'll do a black. Like, let's say you're doing it right here, right? Just add another one, move it, select a color that you want. So I don't really, so about like that. Move this down here and zoom in a little, because that will help you. I just kind of put it off center from the black layer, and it adds almost a shadowing effect. So that is another way of getting another three-dimensional thing in that your judges will notice. You can see the shadow. It's very soft, but it is there, and it's noticeably there, but it doesn't look fake. That's the important part. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Make sure that you're within the parameters that you're supposed to be in, so do like 700. I'll probably I usually do best compression quality, so I do like a 10, and then I just go save, and for some reason it's in somewhere weird. and I just save it over that. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to minimize this. And then we're going to have a look at this real quick. Then we're gonna go pop into my IMVU and we'll review some of the edits that I've done in the past. So, major thing about it is it's kind of a soft image. That's how it's supposed to be, but you can still see the eyes. That's the key thing. If you're getting the raccoon eye look, it's gonna drive people who actually care crazy. So this is basically done. Now, if you have a hard time uploading images to, say, I don't use PhotoBucket. It's complicated, and I like to keep my things simple. So all of my photos and all of my edits are in here. Here are my photos. Yes, you can see I'm wearing the cat outfit. Here's my edits, and I'll just upload it here with all the other things that I've done. So you can. I'll take you through a tour of these. This is one of my tiramisu edits. This is one of my more complex edits that I've done. I stacked various images, yada yada. I'll teach you guys how to do this over time, but right now I think that probably this much is enough for you to learn at once. That way you can take time to go back over it and through it. Here's one edit I helped my best friend with. Forgive me for not saying it, I'm too white. Dia de los Muertos. It's a Day of the Dead edit. I helped her. And this one was a more complicated edit. So is the next one I'm going to show you. The next one I'm going to show you is this one. I also helped her with this. What really is going to take a long time is explaining to you guys how to do this. So when I do my next tutorial, do be prepared to sit for a little while as I explain to you that I did the shading through here, 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 here. I did it everywhere. So basically you're airbrushing the whole avatar in certain places. But anyway, that is it for today's tutorial. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on IMVU. Like I said, it's Harmonious Chaos. I'm a judge in 3 different groups. I'm an advisor in one, and I do modeling just about all the time. I have my own group called Fashion Kills Fashionistas, and we do a lot of professional work. So do feel free to leave me some feedback, or if you have any questions, just get a hold of me. Alright, so I think that concludes today's tutorial. Thank you very much for listening, and have a good day. That is all.